tradesman jobs or skilled manual roles. Now, these careers are in the spotlight after Leader of the Opposition, Pritam Singh, raised in Parliament that more should be done to protect and uplift them. Cheryl Lin looks at the role of tradesmen in the 21st century workforce.
These are the hands of someone who's devoted himself to woodworking for over 4 decades. 63-year-old Tan Kwai Lai picked up the tools of the trade as a teen fresh out of school. Even after years of 12-hour days, he's still passionate about it.
这种工作是比较有它的出众性，比较出众，要流汗。工作环境又没有这么好，不过做好之后，屋主很满意，我们就感觉到很有成就感。
Tradesmen like him, skilled manual workers in a particular craft, are an increasingly rare breed. And with age fast catching up with him, Mr. Tan's passing the baton of his 8-man carpentry business on to his son.
他已经经营这间公司已经有20多年了，然后我会觉得如果没有人继续下去，会有一点可惜啊。
But finding new blood isn't always easy. Including for other jobs such as electrical or plumbing works. Tradesmen associations say today's youth turn up their noses at the idea of long hours, sweat and grime. What also hurts the perceived value of some trades is how unqualified workers may come in offering a lower price. That's even with licensing regimes in place.
For the commercial installation, the regulation is there to control. But for example, a HDB flat, the owner can just engage anybody come and do the electrical work. All of us want to save money. If it's cheaper, we go for the cheapest one. That is general people mindset lah. Just like going to market to buy vegetable.
There are a lot of people thief by the night lah. They don't have license, they hit and run, and they do a sorry job. The consumer got problem, they call SPS. It's very difficult for us to track down who is the plumber.
Associations believe consumers must be made aware of the responsibility of their choices and to change how people value these trades, which often come with bigger risks to life and limb. It'll take a fundamental shift in deep-rooted mindsets.
Tradesmen I spoke to say it's going to be a long and arduous journey. But one starting point, they say, is consumer education and helping people understand markers of quality, as well as the skill and time it takes to get there.
Another way of uplifting tradesmen's value, creating accreditation systems.
It can be skills milestones, for instance. They need to attend X number of hours of formal training, for instance. It can also come through certain tests or certain number of hours on the job. So when you are a 2 or 3 star level and you go for a job interview, then you are able to command a higher salary. So this kind of accreditation actually brings a whole slew of measurable values to the role of a craftsman.
Another prong of the solution involves better educating youth on their prospects if they choose such careers.
Maybe the institution will have to actually put in this as part of the program to let the student aware that when they finish here, where can they go? And after that, where can they advance? Okay, so they actually have some kind of clear picture of what they can do when they take out the course.
Let them understand that craftsmanship doesn't stop at just making, but it's a whole ecosystem. Material science is important, sustainability of materials, also translating design ideas into actual production pieces. That whole journey can be very robust. The whole journey can be very enriching.
They say this would be best done through hands-on experience like apprenticeships. That experience could also help dispel myths that these jobs pay poorly, an important move given that wages signal the value of a trade.
Plumbers, they start off with a pay of 3,500 to 4,000, and if they are good project managers or project engineers, they can earn like 8,000 to 10,000. So I feel that education is not that particular. Is once you start off As apprenticeship, from there you grow with the experience.
Even though there's room for improvement in promoting these trades, it's not to say that all youth are shunning them. In fact, for a number of reasons, a small handful of these youth are actually finding it to be quite the draw.
That includes 26-year-old Benetton Chan, who runs a plumbing and electrical works company. One of the job's biggest perks is getting to be his own boss.
We kind of enjoy this process where we get to fix things and we can control our own time. You can decide what time you want to end work, what time you want to start work.
He started the business with his older brother after picking up tricks of the trade from their handyman father.
When I was young, there are a lot of talks about if you don't study, you'll be a plumber, you get dirty. So it's all this mindset that causes all this stigma. It is not about whether you do well or not.